Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are most welcome. My name is Oyemadike and thank you so much for clicking on this video. You guys, to my returning subscribers, thank you so much. You know I love you. Thank you for all the engagements. Thank you for liking and viewing my videos. I really appreciate you. So today's video is a highly requested video, offline though. I don't understand why. Guys, please engage, leave your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions for me, please do let me know in the comment section and I will reply. I will respond to every question. Okay, so today's video is for international students that want to study in the UK. So this is going to be a very informative one. I'm just going to give you a breakdown of everything I did last year, that got me to this place, and all you need to know and all the documents you need to have. Okay, so if this sounds like what you're interested in, please do keep on watching. So I have written down everything that I need to tell you, everything that you need to know, because I don't like to ramble. Okay, so I just want to stick to the points and deliver them and get out of your face. Okay. So guys, the first thing is that you've made a decision to study in the UK and you're wondering, like, what do I do next? How do I go about this? Let's start from the basics. Okay, get your passport ready. You need to have a valid passport. Why I'm using the word valid is that some people have passports that are expiring in few months, or like a very very close expiry date, and you just want to apply and then just get it over with. When you get here, you start struggling with trying to renew your passport and all of that. You don't want all that, honestly, I can tell you. So just get your passport ready, make sure it's valid, make sure it's renewed if you have to. So that one is one of them. The next thing you need to get is a transcript from your school. You need a transcript. If you're doing an MSc, you need a transcript from your school and your certificate. In my own case, I didn't use my certificate. It was required, but it wasn't ready at the moment, so I just used my transcript and I was able to enroll. Till now, I haven't been asked to bring my certificate, which is fine. So it might differ with your own school, so just make sure you have all those things ready. Okay, so now that we have our passport, our transcript, our certificate, the next thing we need to have is reference letters. These need to come from professionals. Okay, if you still do have an existing relationship with any of your lecturers from your school, okay, you can just get them to reference you, like get references done for you. Okay, it might not be from your school, just any professional. I think you need at least 2 references from 2 different professionals. Okay, so the next thing you need is your email. If you're watching this, I assume you already have an email, but if you feel your email is not official enough, okay, you can just go ahead and create another email. It's as simple as that. Just use your name, first name, last name, or use your name. Just create an email and make sure it's official, it's something that is presentable. And then you will need a statement of purpose. So I will talk more on this statement of purpose. So these are the documents you would need to apply. These are the basics. Okay, it might differ from school to school, but I don't know, but this is like the very general requirements. So just make sure you have these ready. So now that we have all our documents ready, we have decided that we want to go to the UK, right? So the next thing is to do application proper. So you would want to do scoping search. I'm saying scoping because we're assuming you have no idea about these schools and you want to be able to have some factors to base your decision on, right? So you need to search, UK schools. Just, it's as easy as just typing it on Google. Okay, just type in UK best UK schools for MSc or BSc, depending on what you want to do. Okay, just, and you should also make your decisions based on what matters to you most. If you want the cheapest schools in the UK, fine, then make it let it be a keyword in your search. Okay, if you want the high ranking schools in the UK, let it also be in your keyword, so that it will help you streamline whatever results you're getting, so that you already know that it's taking you to a particular point where you want to be, and then from there you can now narrow down your choices. Okay, for me, I knew I wanted to go to the UK and it had to be West Midlands. It had to be Birmingham because I already had a relative that I intended to live with, okay? So that one alone has already narrowed my search for me. I already know what I want and I went for it. So you need to also have priorities, things that matter to you most. And another reason too that I just said to use the UK because of proximity, okay? I just felt like it was closer to home, and I knew that at the moment I wasn't going with my kids and all of that, so it would be easier to actually get back to them if I needed to, okay? So those were my own reasons, the factors that I based my decision on. So you should have those too, okay? So now that we have found the school that we want, we have decided that we have made a choice. We have picked out a school in the UK that we have that checked all our boxes, and that's it. So we have made a choice. The next thing you want to do now is to actually apply, okay? Apply to these schools, upload all the documents that are required. It's as simple as that. You don't need an agent. Whatever they are going to do for you is what you can do for yourself, okay? So just get it done. Just get on the school website and follow instructions. It's as seamless as that. Just apply, upload whatever documents that is required, give whatever certificate or whatever that is being asked for, okay? And that's when your statement of purpose now comes in, because usually you may be required to write a statement of purpose, like stating why you have chosen that school, why you have chosen that course, and just make it as convincing as possible. Just try to convince them and try to relate it to whatever course you've done previously if you're doing MSc, okay? I keep referring to MSc because that's, of course, it's very practical. That's what I'm doing, so that's what I can relate to most, okay? So just try to convince them in your personal statements that this is why you have chosen this, that this is how it relates to your previous course, and you need this to actually boost your whatever CV that you need. This is, you can even include, you can go as far as including what job that you intend to apply for in the future, and that this is why you need this certificate. You feel like it will give you an edge over the other applicants, okay? Those are things that you can put down in your personal statement. So now that we have applied and we are sitting and waiting for admission, okay? So finally they have given you admission. Usually it takes about 2 weeks, depending on your school again. So I can't really generalize it, but I think mine took about 2 weeks for me to get an offer from the school. So let's say about 2 weeks now, you have gotten your offer. You've gotten an unconditional offer from the school that you have been offered admission. Okay, so what's next? So now that you have your admission, I would advise that you start looking at other things that are required to actually go to the UK, to actually move to the UK. Okay, health-wise, you would need a tuberculosis test. It is vital. It is mandatory. It is a must. Like, you have to do it. As long as you're getting a visa that is going to be more than 6 months, you would need a tuberculosis test. So I advise you get it booked, because there are only 2 centers in the whole of Nigeria. If you're applying from Nigeria, there are only 2 centers, okay? So you will need to get it booked. It's just like how they do, you know, at TLS when you apply for visa, and how you have to wait for your biometrics date and everything. That's how it works. So I strongly advise at this point that you've gotten an unconditional offer, that things are about to get to the next stage. So it is wise to actually get it booked, so that you will have an early date, so that you avoid any rush of any kind. I'm talking from experience, okay? So now that you have booked your tuberculosis test and you have your unconditional offer, depending on your school, you will be required to pay a deposit. For my school, I had to pay, I think, about £3,000 deposit when I got my unconditional offer. So it may vary according to your tuition, according to your institution, okay? So it's not a fixed amount. Some schools might just, the deposit might be as low as £1,000. I've seen someone that the deposit was £1,000, okay? So depending on your school, it all depends on your school and the tuition, okay? So it's just like you need to pay that to get to the next stage. That's like acceptance fee in Nigeria. So that's that deposit that you're making is very similar. It's just like acceptance fee, please. Okay, so now that you have paid that acceptance fee, you have gotten yourself booked for a tuberculosis test. Now you're going to move to the next stage. again, depending on your school, you might be required to take a credibility test, or you might just get your CAS just like that. Once you have done the deposit, that's it, you get a CAS. And what is CAS? CAS is like what you need, is the letter you need from the school to actually confirm that yes, you've gained admission and now you can move to the visa stage. Okay, so CAS is confirmation of acceptance of study. I think that's what it is. Yes, confirmation of acceptance of study. So you will need that letter from school before you can apply for your visa. That's actually the main thing you need for student visa. So you need CAS. Okay, so depending on your school, you might need to take an interview, or you might not be required to take one. For my case, I did the test. Yes, we had a credibility interview and everything. Like, it's just about asking you why you've chosen the school, what, just basically almost repeating what you had in your personal statement, but this time it comes in form of questions. It's going to be a Zoom call or whatever call, or on Teams or whatever, but it was a video call, from the school, whatever admissions unit, asking you why have you chosen, why the UK to start with. Okay, you could have gone to any other country, so this is your opportunity to give your reasons why you have chosen the UK. So why the UK, why the school, what is it about, for instance, Birmingham. What is it about Birmingham that made me choose Birmingham? So, I'm going to give reasons like, obviously, I live my sister, so I'm trying to save cost. And then I'm going to give reasons like it is a very friendly, student-friendly environment and all of that. You can still talk about cost. You could have gone to London, but you didn't choose London because London, you feel like cost of living in London is way higher than other cities in the UK. Okay, so there are so many things. This is why you need to read, you need to search, you need to actually have some information about where you are going to, so that you don't just look like you don't know what you're doing, which is what they're trying to confirm through those answers and through that interview that they're asking you. So you need to be really ready for them, okay, to just don't give chance to any reason for denial of any sort. Okay, so now that you have passed your interview, let's assume you've passed your interview, you have gotten the CAS letter, and now you are thinking, what do I need? And sorry, I forgot to mention, for you to get CAS, you would also need to present your proof of funds. So it is best to actually, in fact, I should have said that earlier, as you were booking for that tuberculosis test, it was actually the time to also start building your account, whatever accounts that you require, that you want to use as your funding. So this is the time to actually start building that account, okay, because it needs to have a certain amount for 28 consecutive days. You cannot take out the money and put it back during these 28 days. It has to be there for 28 days. It has to run for 28 days with no gaps at all, okay? So that brings us to how much you need to have for proof of funds and all of that. So now that is ready, let's assume you're about to apply for CAS, and your school requires you to show your proof of funds before applying for CAS, okay? Because some schools might require you to show proof of funds before CAS, and while others might not. You might just need it only in your visa. So whatever be the case, okay, just start building your account on time so that it doesn't slow you down in any way. So for the figures, as at last year, for the main applicant, you would need £9,207 as your upkeep money. Then you would need to have your tuition balance. These two make up your proof of funds, not one or the other, okay? These two have to be in your account for 28 days. For my case, my tuition was 13,200 and I had already paid £3,000 deposit, okay? So what I needed to have was £10,200 deposit, okay? So these two, that 10,200 plus £9,207 is what I needed to have in my account before I can present my proof of funds, okay? So those two, not just one. I made that mistake. That's why I'm stressing. I made the mistake of leaving just 9,207. I felt the tuition wasn't of any importance, to be in the account and all of that, which really caused a lot of chaos in my process. But thankfully, I was able to sort that out. Okay, so you would need those two to be in your account for as your proof of payment. So this is the figure you would need. If you are moving with your family, your dependents would need £6,128 each. If you're a family of 4, family of 5, is each person has to have this amount in the account you are using. Okay, so it's not like a collective amount that the whole family. No, please, it is everybody in the family that would need £6,128 each. So for me, for instance, I have a family of 5. So me as the main applicant, we have £10,200 tuition balance plus 9,207 upkeep money together as my proof of fund. Then my 3 kids will have £6,128 each. My husband as well will have £6,128 each. They are the dependents, so they will have these amounts each for their own proof of funds. Okay, that's how it works. So let's assume now you've gotten cash, you've your proof of payments, your account is okay, you have built, everything is in shape, like you have your 28 days complete, you have shown your proof, and you have gotten cash letter. Okay, so the next thing now is to move on to visa. Now it's time for visa application, and all you need for visa application is basically everything that you have already used. So upload documents, just go on UKVI, whatever site, and upload all your documents. You don't need, see, you have YouTube for all the information you need. Okay, you have Google, you have, life has been made easy with internet, so nobody really has any excuses. You don't need any agents. I can assure you that you don't need any agents to get your application done to study in the UK or any other country actually. So you can just get on the website, upload whatever needs to be uploaded, and for the figures that you need for your visa application, all you need is your visa fee and your IHS fee. Visa fee as at last year was about £348 for standard visa, which would take about 15 working days. These figures are at last year, okay? And then there was this priority service, and there was super priority service. I think I did the priority service, which was about £548. That's what it was then, and it took 5 working days. So you will get your decision in 5 working days, and I actually got my visa in exactly 5 days. Okay, so it took £548, 5 working days, you get your decision. All right, so and there was super priority for the big girls in town. You get it? Yeah, so that one was about £948 or so. So that's what, I don't know, I did not bother finding out. Okay, so but I hear this year that because of the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, the whole war going on, so I think visa now takes about 6 weeks. Okay, because they're paying, the UK government is paying more attention now to Ukrainians coming into the UK and trying to sort them out, okay, for safety and everything. So really now visa application takes longer and takes, longer time to get your decision. So, and I think the priority and super priority services are no longer available at the moment. So if you're applying as at this year or whenever, till further notice, those 2 services are not available. So it's just the standard visa application, and it now takes about 6 weeks. Okay, you could be lucky, you could get a lesser time. All right, so that's all you need. And then that's for visa application fee. So for IHS fee now, as at last year, it was, I think it's still, I don't know, it was about £470. Yeah, it is £470. So that's what you need to pay with your visa fee. And IHS fee, let me just say it now because a lot of people misunderstand this. IHS is Immigration Health Surcharge, okay? This is what gives you the right to actually get registered, get a doctor, get a GP, get registered to a GP, as in to a surgery, if you, and then get an NHS number while you're in the UK, okay? It doesn't cover your prescriptions, it doesn't cover anything else. If you have to get maybe surgery done, or if you have any other health issues, please, it doesn't cover it. A lot of people misunderstand this. I work in a pharmacy where I've seen so many people walking and they're like, trying to grab their prescriptions, and then you're telling them you have to pay prescription charge, and they're like, no, I have already paid IHS fee. Why do I have to pay for this? Please, let's not misunderstand it. IHS fee gives you the right to actually be registered to a GP surgery. That's all. Sorry guys, I didn't know that my camera stopped recording, and I was just talking to myself. This hustle is real. Okay, what was I saying? I was talking about IHS fee and stressing on how it is not going to cover your prescriptions, and how you're just, it only allows you to just get registered to a GP surgery and that's it, okay? So now that you have paid everything that needs to be paid, you have uploaded all the documents, and you have, gotten a date for your biometrics, all you have to do is just get yourself to TLS and just get your biometrics done, okay? So with the biometrics dating, there's something else actually called walk-in service, okay? I did that, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's actually stressful. Walk-in service is like just going and hoping that you would actually get a chance, but you can just relax. That's why I stress on applying on time, so that you don't have to do any last minute things, okay? It just gives you time to follow due process. So you can just forget about walk-in service, wait on your date, go there, do your biometrics, and go home and pray to God for a positive feedback, okay? Just hand everything over to God, and hopefully your decision comes back in your favor, okay? Don't forget God. Even though you've done everything that you're required to do, you've been asked to do and everything, God is still the ultimate, okay? Just hand everything over to him, and hopefully he will come through for you, okay? Thank you guys so much, and I really hope this video will be helpful to you. I really hope you learned one or two things, and I don't mind doing videos like this. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Is there any other part of this process that you'd want me to talk more on? I will be more than happy to do that, okay? If you've watched up to this point, what are you waiting for? Please click on the subscribe button, please, okay? And give this video a very big thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video. If this video was helpful to you, let me know. It's a form of encouragement, okay? And let me know if there's any other thing about this visa application that you'd want me to do, okay? You guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.